It's been nearly a week since protests began in the Triangle, even longer than in other parts of the country.
And though hundreds once again gathered in Raleigh overnight, protests remain peaceful with an adjusted curfew. It ends at 5 a.m. Last night, the group started outside the state capitol before making its way to the city wall. And then into Cameron Village, City Hall, rather. Raleigh police stayed ahead of the crowd blocking traffic. Protesters dispersed just after the curfew went into effect. At 10, they will be back out tonight. And those protests form a sharp contrast to some of the events we saw over the weekend. After those peaceful protests, police had to use tear gas when crowds became violent at some points late into the night.
And the city is now giving people the chance to weigh in on how the department handled the situation. CBS 17's Jamise Price joining us live this morning, taking a look at some of the key issues that came up during a special council meeting last night. Jamise, just give us a few of the ideas that were presented.
Bill, to put it in perspective, a lot of folks impacted by this weekend's protest. You have the people in the streets demonstrating. You also have police impacted, as well as business owners. Just take a look at these wooden boards here on storefronts and on windows. This is a direct reflection of what happened over the weekend, and the city council got to hear from those folks impacted. About 100 people spoke for a minute each. People were mad about the police's response to the protest, saying they did nothing to de-escalate these situations. Instead of using tear gas on protesters, they felt that there was another way to handle the crowd control. Others, though, defended the police department and said they did what they had to do.
So this has been a painful and emotional week for Raleigh. Each one of us has experienced the events of the past 6 days differently. All deserve to be heard. Our community is diverse and our range of perspectives is broad.
Mayor Baldwin says she plans to work with the council on some long overdue reforms. She also talks about appointing people to the police advisory board that was created earlier this year. Live in Raleigh, Jamise Price, CBS 17 News.